Hey y'all, it's Nakia here. Doing the right thing is not always popular or safe, and it often takes great courage. What Jackie Vinson did this week was brave, and it should be a wake-up call to artists everywhere to remember we each have great power within us. Sometimes that power must be spoken with the word no. When we speak up for ourselves and others, we are sharing that power not with those who hear, but with those who choose to listen to and honestly attempt to understand our truth. How they react to that generosity is up to the listener, but the freedom that comes from knowing your own value and doing the right thing, that's more powerful than any radio wave could broadcast or spotlight can shine. Andy Langer's public apology and his and Waterloo Media's commitment to change is a good start. It's now on them to follow through and do the right thing as we all stand back and watch. When those words turn into action, it will serve as a wake-up call for those in similar positions of power to step up and affect change they might have been too scared to even admit was needed before. As musicians, we have that power reverberating deep inside of us that rings into the universe with every note we play and every song we sing. We are kind and generous. We are dreamers and healers. We make magic. And you know what? We make money. Musicians are the reason that people travel thousands of miles to visit this city and spend their money every year. In fact, in Austin, musicians literally create the very vibrations that serve as a signal to millions of tourists, hundreds of major corporations and small businesses, and yes, moving trucks. Musicians create, record, manage, promote, distribute, and perform the music. We then depend on our allies to amplify our signal and help us grow. Musicians don't have a problem juggling priorities. Black and brown musicians don't have a problem drawing crowds. We have a problem when we are ignored, taken advantage of, and mistreated and disregarded. We have a problem when the very people in power of this flawed system lay all the responsibility to achieve success on us and then serve us an unfair portion of the rewards. But we are in a new moment today. Amid this global pandemic, the world is finally waking up to systemic racism and taking to the streets to demand social change and justice that is long overdue. People everywhere are harnessing their power, speaking their truth, and bringing solutions today, not to right the wrongs of the past or try to erase it, but deliver an equitable future we can all be happy in because we learn from that past and we're building that future together. COVID-19 has left the entire music industry on its back, scrambling to survive amidst an invisible storm of confusion and sickness and death. Austin has taken an even bigger hit economically than most music cities. The cancellation of South by Southwest proved we cannot depend on a few weeks worth of big festivals every year to stay alive. And it exposed our own city's failure to fill the gas tank of the very engine that drives this economy. Barely 3 months later, our music venues are gasping for air, dying off one by one. Production and hospitality staff left stranded, while musicians have no idea if or when we will ever be able to tour again and truly reconnect with the fans that we depend on for love and support. But even in this chaos, there is power in knowing the system is broken. There's power in realizing while we are rebuilding our industry from the ground up, we can work even harder to ensure systemic racism, sexism, homophobia, and transphobia are eradicated from it. There is lots of work to be done by each of us, myself included. Yes, we must speak up and demand change, but change only comes when we bring real solutions to the table and follow through to demand results. It is no longer acceptable to sit back and watch as any one of us are hurting. We should not go at this alone, But we cannot simply rely on algorithms and advertisers and influencers to tell our story anymore. We must organize, strategize, and show up to do the work together. Musicians must stand together to bring about changes we know are necessary right now. We must be united as we fight against inequality and injustice and rise against hatred and intolerance. We must sit together and listen to each other with compassion and understanding during difficult conversations, and then only issue trust when conversations become action and action becomes results. You know, keep saying this. It's not going to be easy. It really never is. But I know that we can do this because now we have the power and the freedom to start over and try again. Now we see someone was brave. They spoke up. They shared their truth, and that change can happen. That's inspiring to me. I believe in our future. I believe in our power. And I believe in Austin music. As always, I say these things from a place of love, music, and action. Thanks.